my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a kind of a bit of a different video for me. I get so many requests from you guys that you want to know more about me, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I put so much out onto my channel, but I am a very private person when it comes to other things in life. I appreciate that since the last time I did a Q&A video or a get to know me video, I only had like 10,000 subscribers, and now I've over 30,000 of you guys. So I understand that, you know, there's probably 20,000 people who watch my videos. You all don't watch my videos, but there's probably a huge chunk of people who watch my videos and don't know very much about me. I will link my other Q&A video down below just if you were interested. Like I said, this is probably the second time I've done like a getting to know me video or a personal video, but I will try and answer more questions for you guys if you have them down below that are kind of more personal and not makeup related if you so wish. So I thought the 50 random facts tag was a good one for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. So let's get into this video. I have had a blankie my entire life and I still have it. It is one of my most prized possessions. If my house was on fire, it would probably be the first thing that I would go and get, other than my dog and my family, but it would be the first thing that I would get over anything else. I absolutely love my blankie. I am the oldest of two children. I have a younger sister. I am a New Year's Day baby. I was born on the stroke of midnight on New Year's Day, and I was in newspapers galore all around Ireland and some of them even over in the UK, and it was because of my time, and no child anywhere in Ireland has ever beaten my time. The stroke of midnight, guys, you can only match it. I absolutely adore spiders. I think they are the most interesting little insects ever. They're not my favourite animal or my favourite insect, but I just think that they are just mesmerising. I'm just so interested in them and their little hairs, and I always wanted a pet tarantula when I was a kid. My favourite colour is white. Yes, I am a basics girl. I absolutely love the colour white. I love it in furniture. I love it in clothing. It is just so clean and crisp and fresh. I love white. I am self-taught at makeup. First car that I ever got, my parents bought for me, and it was a little Nissan Micra, and I called her Ellie, and I was obsessed with her. And I hated parting with her last year, but she gave up the ghost. Her head gasket went, everything went wrong with her, and I now have an Audi A4, and I still miss the Micra from time to time, I'm not gonna lie. My family mean more to me than anything in the world, and I include my boyfriend in that because he has been in my family for a long time. I would cross hell or high water to do anything for my family. I am so protective over them, and they are my rocks. I absolutely love each and every member of my family, and they're so important to me. I wear glasses to watch TV and drive my car. I have a very light prescription. I think I'm like negative 0.5 in this eye and negative 0.75 in the other eye, so I have a really light prescription. So when I was little, I was the biggest tomboy, and I still say that I am a bit of a tomboy today. I would much rather climb a tree than be in a beauty pageant. I prefer groups of males than groups of females. I feel much more comfortable in a group setting with males in it, but I absolutely love a one-on-one setting with one of my closest friends. But just in group settings of girls, other than my workmates, I just find it really intimidating. I absolutely detest the and whispering, and I had very bad experiences with girls in the past, so I absolutely love group settings of guys, but one-to-one, I love my girls. I don't/can't cook, and I am a nutritionist. You would think as a nutritionist I would know how to cook, but I would burn a salad. When I was 5, I split my head open and I needed like 7 stitches across the back of my head. The reason why that happened was I was pretended to be Marie from the Aristocats, and I was jumping like a cat and fell onto my patio, which had been dug up because we're getting a new one in, and split my head open. I am a huge Disney fan, I swear. I am fanatical about Disney. I cannot deal with how important Disney is in my life. I cannot deal with how amazing Disney is. It is thebomb.com. I freak out about Disney, anything Disney. I am a Disney princess at heart. I am a horror movie fanatic. I am fanatical about anything horror or scary. Like my favorite films would be things like Poltergeist, The Conjuring, like any old school like Halloween type movies. I absolutely love them. I've yet to watch a horror movie that doesn't make me go, oh my god, that's so cool, rather than, oh my god, I can't look. Just don't bother me at all. I absolutely adore them. I'd watch them any time of the day, morning, noon and night. I love horror film. I am a sun worshipper. I absolutely love the sun. The sun gives me light. I would lie out all day every day if I didn't live in Ireland. The climate here is rubbish. The last time I sunbathed? Is that even a word? The last time I was sunbathing was 2 years ago when I was over in Spain. I went to Torremolinos on my holidays and I loved it. I go away to Spain every year but didn't go away last year because there was just too much in my life going on. One country I would absolutely love to visit in my life would be Australia or New Zealand. The reason being, I'd say, would be because kind of most Irish teenagers and young kids grow up watching Home and Away and Neighbours. I absolutely hate airports and flying. I get anxious, and I don't get anxious often. I'm not an anxious person, but I get palpitations when I know I have to get onto a flight. The reason being is, first of all, I think I'm gonna lose everything. I always think I've forgotten my passport. I always think I've forgotten to pack one thing, or I've left something on in the house that's gonna burn the whole house to the ground by the time I get back. I have been dating my boyfriend since both of us were teenagers, and we're going out almost 7 years. I am the world's worst speller. I love maths and figures and chemical equations. Maths is was my favourite subject in school, and I've given maths grinds. I absolutely love maths. I just find it just so interesting. That's where I'm at. I am a general knowledge freak. I will come out with the most random facts and statistics and studies, and I don't know where I get them myself. It's like I hear them along the way and I have to feel like I have to repeat them because they're so interesting. It's funny because my dad is exactly the same. Comes out with the most random facts, but they are always interesting, and it's what makes my dad such an interesting person. If I hear a new song and I fall in love with it, you can guarantee that that song is going to be played 40, 50 times in that day. Probably the only song that I play in that day, which leads me on to tell you that I know nearly every word of every song. If I have listened to it and fallen in love with it at any period in my life, I know nearly all the words to it. I can quote almost every episode of Friends and Sex and the City. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it just goes to show how much I love them. I believe Harry Potter should be a religion. I feel like it is that important to me. I am still waiting on my letter to Hogwarts. You're never too old to go. I want to be a wizard. Please bring me there and never let me back into the muggle world. My daddy is my hero. I know every girl says that about their daddy, but he is so special and important to me, and the way he treats my mom and the way he treats me and my sister, he is just the most amazing man ever, and he just is the best man in the entire world, and I love him so much. The first thing I have ever saved for in my entire life was a PlayStation 1, and I saved for it when I was 6, and I used to go down to my nanny's and I used to always be like, Nana, I'm saving for a PlayStation, and my nana used to go and get her purse and be like, here you go, Aisling, that's for your PlayStation. My nana was the best ever, especially when you were saving something. All you had to tell her was like, Nana, I'm saving for something, and she'd be straight to her purse to help you. But she basically paid for 50% of my PlayStation. I'm obsessed with old things, old broken down things, and I know that sounds really weird and you're probably like, what am I talking about? But I'm obsessed with things like sunken ships, broken down trains, like old houses, history. I absolutely love like things that are steeped in history. One thing that I want to do in my life, and it is probably going to be very disturbing to a lot of people, and it's a very, very sad thing that I want to do, but the thing that I would love to do in my life would be to visit Auschwitz. And I know that sounds like a really kind of morbid thing to do, but I am fascinated by what all those people went through, just so interested in that part of history, and I would love to go, but I've been told that it is supposed to be one of the most devastating things you would ever witness in your life. I am fascinated by trains. I know that sounds really weird, but I absolutely love trains. I love steam engines. I even love the modern trains. I love everything. What is my camera doing? But I'm absolutely fascinated by trains. It is the best mode of transport in my opinion. A movie I've watched the most in my life would have to be Bridget Jones' Diaries, the first one. I watch it all the time because it's so relaxing. You don't have to pay too much attention to what's going on because it's so easygoing and easy to watch. I have a very broad music taste. I love things from Fleetwood Mac, The Eagles, to Alice in Chains, to Deadmau5, to Nirvana, to Skrillex. I love the most random music ever. If you checked my music, you'd be like, okay, why is Rihanna in here? And then you love like Lionel Richie. What the hell is that all about? Yep, that's just me. I listen to everything. If you were to smell me, that sounds really weird, but if you were to smell me and you wanted to know what my signature scent is, it is Britney Spears Fantasy perfume. I've been wearing that since I was 16 years of age, and I don't think a year has gone by that I haven't worn it. It is my favorite perfume. I go through bottles of the stuff. The girls in work know when I'm in work because I can smell my perfume in my office. My boyfriend can even say if he bumped into somebody and they were wearing that perfume, oh, she smells like Aisling. I absolutely detest change. Oh, I hate change. I park in the same parking spot in Jervis Street when I'm in there. I sit on the same seat on the train. Oh my god, I sound like I have OCD. I probably do. I always sit in the middle carriage of the train. It doesn't matter if it has 3 carriages, I'll sit in the second one. If it's 5 carriages, I'll sit in the third one. And I always sit in the same seat, kind of seating area. And if I can't sit there, I kind of freak out a little bit. It's the same with my parking spot in Jervis. If I can't park there, I kind of freak out a little bit. It's like, where am I going to park? I absolutely detest people with a sense of entitlement, and definitely something that would make me turn off your personality. Other than my boyfriend, I have one crush in this world, and I think it is a little bit of an obsession, but it is Robert Sheehan. If any of you know him, I'll link a picture here of him. I think he is the most amazing man, other than my man. He is beautiful, and my crush started around the age of about 13, so I have been obsessed with him for quite some time. Hui me gadi skul lán fad le scoilga agus tá mé lífa le scoilga. Tá fáinne agam agus tá mé ábhar caint machanga áitiúla. Tá sé blianta ó hen a labhairt mé á scoilga agus tá mé chun stop inis. I'm constantly reading and educating myself on new journals and nutrition. It's important for me to keep up to speed with what's coming out and what's new in the nutrition area, so I'm always reading online journals and Science Direct papers. My favorite day of the whole week is Friday. I mean, isn't it everybody's? I am very anti-drugs. I'm one of the best judges of characters, in my opinion, of course, but I'm very am rarely wrong about a person. Another huge obsession of mine in my life is The Sims. I absolutely love that video game. I hate onions. They are the enemy food. Ugh. I am a nail biter. Yes, these are falsies. These are actually from Pennies. I bite my nails to the, down to the bottom. It's gross, gross, gross. I am so overly competitive. I have to do well in something that I am participating in. I know it's a really bad trait to have, but I like to do really well in whatever I'm entering. My hair is naturally chestnut brown. When I last had my hair chestnut brown, I think I was about 16, and I've been getting highlights in my hair, obviously blonde ones, ever since. I am not afraid to stand up for myself or to stand my ground. I'm a very fast sprinter, believe it or not. Probably a fact that you all know already. But MAC Cosmetics is my favourite makeup brand in the entire universe. I am actually appalling at remembering people's names. And my final random fact about me, which is probably not very random, but I have 2 pets. I have a cat for 14 years called Angel, and I have a dog that we rescued last year, and his name is Chewy, and we call him that because he looks like Chewbacca. He's currently sleeping on my bed. I would lift him up and show you otherwise, but he's all over my Instagram anyway. And we rescued him. He was being mistreated. He was left in a cat box to basically die. A really good friend, Kira, ended up bringing him home to my house where he now lives, and he has done for the last year and a half. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my random fact. Let me know what one that you thought was the most interesting, or something you didn't know about me already. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like getting to know me, a little bit different type of video for me, please give the video a thumbs up, and I shall talk to you in my next video then. Bye guys!